Let's investigate the infinity symbol. No beginning, no end. Timeless, boundless. You are the dot in the middle. That dot is the feeling of I amness. That dot is the feeling of I exist. I am the witness. You are the witness since your childhood, since you were born. You come to this world fresh, like an empty blank paper, seeing the world without any separation. But later on, through society, through your parents, you have given a name and you identified with this body and the form. And once you start identifying, you identified with your religion, you identified with your nationality, you identified with everything around you, and you created the outside world. Although you might think that thoughts and feelings are inside, they're still outside. Because witness, the one who sees, the one who knows, is not feeling, it's not the thought. Thought and the witness are separate. Are they really? So Krishnamurti says observer is the observed. So does it mean that one portion of my brain is observing the other portion of my brain? My brain is fully looking into thoughts and saying that this is me, I'm generating these thoughts? Or there's a witness that is sitting there as an awareness, as consciousness, and seeing all these things happening in and out of existence. Which one is true? Let's deep dive and investigate ourselves. Let's try to see it. Once we see it, we will understand it. I invite you to do it with me right now. Let's close our eyes and then see the thoughts passing by. Are those thoughts me? Why did Buddha then said, you are whatever you are thinking. You are your thoughts, your life, or you become what you have thought so far. Why? Is there a separate entity watching these things, or there is no entity whatsoever? The first thought is watching the other thoughts. The first thought being I am, I exist. When I turn within, I can sense my body. I can see my thoughts passing through. I can have the sensation of the body and the breath. I can feel what my emotional state is looking like. If I can see those things, who am I then? Am I separate from them? I'm not. Anything that is illusionary, the first illusion included in this is consciousness in action, in play. The content of the consciousness is our story. What happens is, rather than watching, rather than seeing, rather than understanding, we get lost in the story. Almost like getting lost in a movie, looking at the screen, looking at the characters and thinking they are real and feeling with them and empathizing with them and getting angry with the bad guy. We are identifying. Our minds are programmed to identify with objects, with thoughts, anything that is external. That is its duty, to divide, to multiply, to label. However, if I sit in the source, which is the doorway to nothingness, to emptiness, to space, that is pure awareness, that is the beginning of everything, end of everything. There is no end, there is no beginning. It is the source that wanted to know itself and wanted to experience itself. And the only way to do that is create something that she is not, that is not, he is not. That creation happens to be I am. And that I am is the same I am in every one of us. So witness doesn't change from myself to yourself. Only thing changes is the information loaded into my genes and into my brain. And then we call ourselves separate from each other because the duty of mind is to do that. Otherwise, the boundless one, the limitless one, wouldn't know itself at all. So why are we here on this planet Earth? What are we doing? Why there is life? Life is here because I am the source of everything. That little dot turned into zero, zero turns into one, one multiplies into two, two goes boundless multiplicity, enormous numbers that we cannot even track and there is no end to it. Let's go back to infinity symbol. Then I could see underneath the atoms and everything, there is no end to it. If I go up and look at the bigger scale, and there is no end to the universe and there is no boundaries. So what does all mean for me? Where do I live my life from? If I walk, And if I sit in I am, at some stage, if there are no thoughts popping out, if my mind is still, then I am dissolves as well. There is then only one thing that is nothing but everything at the same time. Some traditions called it everything that contains nothing. And I see the world that way. Does it change my life? No, not in a sense that from outside world people won't be able to recognize that. I will be going and having my coffee again. I'll be working, making money. I'll be relating to my husband, wife. I'll be dealing with my children. Everything will be the same. But then everything will be happening naturally with no pressure, and the right activities will happen at the right time with the right people. Why? Because that is life. There is no judgment. There is no blockage. There is no one to sabotage. There is no one to prevent or create obstacles for you. Life flows. And what that means, when you realize death and birth are illusions as well, then the fear of death will disappear. If fear of death disappears, imagine the life, because time will disappear as well. Imagine having all the time in the world that you want, not because of you will do many things, but each moment will feel eternal, boundless, limitless, and your actions are not even yours. Life's actions that are flowing through you is beautiful. That is beauty in action. That is when you and your friend, the capital F, which is death, are merged and one. Peace out.